Do you understand that the spirit looked as if it could control God? There was a sharpness of the spirit.
Yes.
That it was so sharp that God was so linked to the spirit that was connected to the Ophinim. That the Ophinim would not break because of the link between it and God. That the Ophinim would travel, God would travel. So if we can get to an advantage where our spirits choose a certain direction and we know God is going this direction.
Oh, yes.
Jesus was so attached to the Ophinim that the Bible says of him that he was moved with compassion. And the word compassion is splankna.
Splankna.
The intestines of an animal that is on the sacrificial table.
Oh, yes.
The splankna. The offals. Inside he was being moved
Oh, yes.
by something. It is as though Jesus wanted to go this direction and he was pulled by the Ophinim to the other direction and he would follow the Ophinim.
Oh, yes.
So if we can get our spirits to be so sharp and so strong that it goes this direction and we know that's where God is going. Like the living creatures, we go that direction.
Oh, yes.
But sometimes now,
Wow.
sometimes you can feel like you need to do what you want to do. Even when you know your spirit wants to go the other direction.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Jesus.
You know I shouldn't go there, but you go there. You know I shouldn't be talking to this person, but you speak to that person.
Oh, yes.
The reason is simple. Because your flesh is too much. It's too deeper than the Ophinim.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
So the Ophinim is not really gaining traction with God.
Oh, yes.
Because you are covering the Ophinim when the Ophinim should just cover your spirit and not be covered by anything. It should be independent from your flesh.
Oh, yes.
We have overtaken our Ophinim. No. Which is not ours, but the Lord's Ophinim.
Oh, yes.
Override.
Because remember the God, the living creatures, the Ophinim.
Ophinim.
Independent. Eyes of its own. Aware.
Oh, yes.
It could turn around. It had eyes everywhere. It has a certain level of intelligence. But when it moves, God moves.
Oh, yes.
Imagine if we were like the living creatures. They wait for the wheels to turn
Oh, yes.
and then they go.
Then they go.
We go where our flesh wants to go.
Before
Then the spirit will be crying inside the Ophinim. But before we know it, what happens? The silver cord shall be broken, like Jesus says. Now there's no more link. You don't feel God anymore.
Oh, yes.
A good news world with Hubert Angel, provoking a reaction and always worth hearing.